good morning, and welcome to the meeting place. I am so thrilled to be here back live with you this week, and I'm just excited, and I wanted to do something a little different. I'm Michelle O'Neill, your host this morning, and your resident emotional wellness coach. And like I said, I wanted to do something a little different this morning. And in fact, let me check and make sure I have the chat open so I can see who's here. But thank you so much for coming and being here, because for many of you, this may be a holiday for you today. And so I really appreciate your sharing your time here with me today. But what I wanted to do different is I wanted to just talk from my heart. This week, or this last month, I did quite a bit of traveling, and it was a eye opener for me, or not necessarily an eye opener, but I just started looking at things a little differently, or became more aware of things on the caregiving journey and in life in general. And so I want to talk about them. And for many of you, you are just stepping into the caregiving journey, or owning up or acknowledging that, yeah, maybe I'm doing a bit of caregiving. And what I got the opportunity to experience and observe over the last month was people who were in that caregiving journey, some deeper than others, some for quite a long time, and then some who were just getting into that. And I was able to see what the greatest foundation was across all of that. And so that's what I want to speak to. And so I had the opportunity this last month to meet and to have conversations with a couple of great aunts. And when I'm saying great, we're talking in your 90s, and just understand life from their perspective. But while I was talking to them, one of the things that I had the opportunity to observe was those who cared for them as well, and hear that conversation. And that's what I really want to touch on today. And I know when you're just getting into caregiving, or even when you've been there for a little while, you find yourself juggling so many emotions. We always talk about juggling all the things in your life, but you find yourself juggling so many emotions as well, from the warmth and the love and affection to frustration and guilt. And then you beat yourself up for this guilt because of the expectations that you put on yourself on how you feel you should feel, because you're taking care of your parent, your mother, your father, your spouse, whoever it is that you're taking care of, that you have committed to loving all your life. And now things have gotten hard, and you feel that you should act a certain way, you should feel a certain way, you should abound in these feelings of love. And so first, I want to correct something. Love is not a feeling, it's an action, it's a verb. And so don't beat yourself up for these feelings, because your actions really tell the story of your love. And I wanted you to really get that in your spirit. And so also, one of the things I notice is sometimes it feels like a lonely journey, like you're all alone, because all you have time to do is the things that you need to do on the day-to-day, daily, to even take care of your household and your home, and then take care of them. And so anything in between, or anything extra, just doesn't get done. And that's discouraging, and it's lonely. And so I want you to understand that if you ever question, and I hear so many people question, if you've ever questioned and forgive me for that, I forgot to turn my phone off, so I will make sure that it is off. But if you ever question what's going on in your life, or whether you really are feeling sharing love, I want to address that. You know, one of the things, sorry, that just threw me off. One of the things is when I was talking to these great aunts, they shared with me how the feelings that they were dealing with as they got older. And one of the things that really stood out to me is no matter what was going on in their lives, that they said, but it is what it is. And I make each day what I can. I do what I can. I keep going. And so you have to understand, or I want you to understand, that they're dealing with the same emotional battles that you're dealing with yourself. I mean, they have been able to take care of themselves and you and your siblings or whoever for years, all their lives. And now all of a sudden they have to depend on you to help them do just the daily things that they've always been able to do by themselves. And so they're going through a barrage of emotions and feelings themselves and guilt, just like you. And so with that, when you're talking to them, there becomes an element of compassion. When you're seeing yourselves walking in their shoes, that's one of the things that I I try to do as much as I can. And that is to say, can I walk in their shoes? Is there something here that I can see that I didn't see before? And so then I want to transition to, I just wanted to bring that out. But now I want to transition to how you as the caregiver are feeling. Are you beating yourself up because you think you're not giving enough, that you're selfish, that you're frustrated and your frustration is out of selfishness because you want to do your thing? Stop. Stop beating yourself up. Do you realize that because you are there, that's love? Because you care and because you try, that's love. Every action, every deed, everything that you are doing is nothing but love. Love underlies every act of care that you do. In fact, right here on my board, it says in every act of caring, there's a depth of love that transcends words. Sometimes there doesn't even need to be a conversation. And as I watched those that cared for these great aunts, the thing that just burst out the most was the love. Yeah, they talked about always going to appointments and having to juggle their schedule and figure out how to get them dressed and how to help them do this. Yeah, that was in the conversation. But there never was in that conversation anything that said, I'm not gonna do this, because of the love, the underlying storge, familiar love, and agape, unconditional love. Yeah, that was the and they never said, I'm not going to do this. Now, I'm not saying there are times when you realize that it is beyond your capability to provide the care that they need. And sometimes, yes, we do have to turn them over or get additional help or put them in a facility that can help them and serve them better. Absolutely. That doesn't mean that you care any less. I've seen this happen within my own family, where although some of those that need to be cared for had to go into a facility, they were still there caring for them. making sure that they're cared for, making sure that they're treated correctly, making sure that they know that they're still loved, family still visiting, being there, giving them the things they need, making sure that they're dressed and cleansed and all these things. That, my friend, is love. Never doubt your love. And in the faces of those that I see every day caring for someone else, what they're showing and what I see is the love and compassion that transcends words. Never doubt your love for those that you care for. So, one of the questions I get is, how can I embrace and find the love and strength I need to continue, especially on those tougher days? How do you do that? You acknowledge what it is that you can do. No one said you have to do it all, but you. Acknowledge what you can do in your strength, and then ask for help. Make sure that you take the time that you need to rejuvenate yourself so that every act is with love and compassion. Yeah, it's a tall order. It's a lot. But I know the love for your loved one transcends all. Transcends all. Look, I want to thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to talk to you from the heart today. And I talked a little bit about agape love and storge love. And I really go into depth about the three types of love, philia, agape, and storge, in my podcast this week. So make sure you go over and hop on to your favorite platform for podcasts and check out the Caring Corner. Go ahead and subscribe if I speak to something in your heart and that I've given you something to get through just today. Thank you for showing up, for being here, and being a valuable part of the meeting place. Continue in love. It's there. Continue, most of all, in the love for yourself. Don't negate yourself. And until next time, take care with much love and compassion. Bye-bye.